So, I don't know if these are on YouTube. If they are, I'll be making a playlist. Okay, so podcast Disability Visibility, hosted by Alice Vaughn. This podcast explores disability identity, culture, activism, and politics with a focus on intersections with race, gender, and sexuality. Okay, included the Disability Equity Podcast. This podcast focuses on disability equity, likely addressing issues of inclusion and accessibility in different contexts. Bad attitudes, an uninspiring podcast about disability. This podcast likely offers a humorous and relatable take on disability experiences. Crip Chat Australia, a podcast from Australia, possibly focusing on disability issues within the Australian context. Disability Matters. This podcast likely focuses on various issues and perspectives related to disability. NDIS. This podcast might be related to the National Disability Insurance Scheme in Australia. Okay, NDIS doesn't. I don't think they have a YouTube channel. Because when I tried typing it in, look, it says profitable, so yeah. Plus, it's a different color, and different logo. Anyway, an apple a day. This podcast could be about disability, health, and wellness. Boldly Me. This podcast likely focuses on self-acceptance and living authentically with a disability. Exceptional Leaders with Mai Ling Chen and James Burgess. This podcast focuses on leadership within the disability community. Okay. Social Security Disability Podcast. This category includes podcasts focused on Social Security disability benefits and related legal matters. Disability Daily. This podcast features a daily exploration of disability history. Disability Inc. This podcast likely offers honest conversations about disability. Okay, and now, some YouTube, disability podcasts. Disability After Dark focuses on sexuality, relationships, and daily experiences within the disability community. Disarming Disability explores various aspects of disability through interviews and discussions. KPFA Pushing Limits, a podcast from KPFA radio station featuring interviews and discussions about disability. You First, the Disability Rights Florida podcast, focuses on disability rights advocacy in Florida. Okay, I think it's been turned into um disability deep dive. Access All Disability News and Mental Health covers disability news and mental health topics. Your Disability Rep, a podcast for disability representation, also teaches about Social Security. Speaking of which, Social Security Disability Law Podcast provides information on Social Security disability law. The Healthcare Lounge. Let's talk health, disability, and Social Security benefits. Covers healthcare, disability, and Social Security benefits. BBC Out, a BBC podcast focusing on disability. Accessibility Books podcast focuses on accessibility. Autism Classroom Resources podcast focuses on resources for autism in the classroom. And that's it, guys. Bye.